Okay, hi there. I believe I am live. I'm sorry if I've been giving you problems about getting into this. Um, let's see. I keep getting lots and lots and lots of questions, and um, people asking me to make videos, and I just have problems with some of them because there's not enough meat on them to actually make a good video about them. So I thought I'd use this as an opportunity to do that. I get the feeling you're probably trying to connect from the other one that I opened by mistake. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go through a few things that I've had as questions. The first one is this phrase, if this is anything to go by. If this is anything to go by, this is saying if I can judge by this. So maybe you read an article in the newspaper about something that has happened, and then you could say, if this is anything to go by, we're going to have more problems in the future. If I can trust this situation enough to make a judgment about it. So maybe you see the first individual, the new statistics about COVID, and you could then say, if these statistics are anything to go by, then we're going to have lots of problems in the future. Okay, so if this is a good thing to make a judgment by. Okay, so if this is anything to go by, if I could make a prediction using this, is this sort of thing is going to happen more often. Okay, and this is the idea of this phrase, if this is anything to go by. Maybe you watch one of my videos, and yes, it is a recording, Count Beauty. So you watch one of my videos and you say, if this is anything to go by, then then the other videos are going to be really quite good. They're really going to be something to watch. So hi there, Brock, as well. I thought I just suddenly decided I was going to do this. Okay, so let's look at the next one, perspective. Okay, well, firstly, perspective is when you're drawing, you can draw something that's flat, but you could make it look like it is in 3D, in 3 dimensions, and that's to give it perspective. Yeah? Okay, you can see now. It's probably something to do with my awful connection as well. I ought to have a little widget up here so I can see if I'm properly connected or not. Yeah, it says I am. It's not very happy about it. I suddenly decided I was going to do this, Count Beauty. Okay, so perspective. If you draw something in perspective, you give it a look of 3 dimensions. Yeah, it looks 3-dimensional. If a drawing doesn't have perspective, it looks flat. But we very often use this word perspective to mean a point of view. What do you think about this situation from your perspective? Or maybe if you want to solve a problem, you could look at it from different perspectives. So these are from different points of view. Yeah. And this is the idea of perspective. What is your perspective? What is your point of view on this? Okay, let's look at the next one. The next one is pardon the pun. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is what a pun is? Well, the English we do a lot of things. We make a lot of jokes about words that have the same sound but different meanings, or the same sound or sound very similar but they're spelt differently. This experiment. So this experiment is interesting in terms from the perspective of attracting newcomers. Yeah, I thought it was fun. The idea of this count is that I get loads of questions that I can never make videos about. Hi, Amin, great to see you there. So I thought I'd just start answering the questions in a live stream. So, pardon the pun. Very often you say something and it turns out to be a pun. Yeah, I was explaining what a pun is. A pun is a joke where two things sound the same. I recently read a poem by Ken Nesbitt, who's one of my favourite kids authors, and it was about a koala, koala bear. These they have in Australia, and the poem said, "My koala, he doesn't have a job. He just spends his life sitting around on the sofa doing nothing, and he's tried to get jobs, he's tried to get manual jobs, he's applied for all sorts of jobs, but he just can't get a job. And the reason he can't get a job is he is unqualified. And that, then I say, pardon the pun. Yeah, but sometimes you can say things and they have like a double meaning, and you didn't actually mean to make a joke. Okay, a crater. A crater's a huge, great big hole in the ground. Imagine a meteorite comes out of the heavens and it comes zooming down to Earth. Crunch. And then you have a crater. It's like a big round hole in the ground. Or you could have the crater of a volcano. Hello, good Dragon Slayer. It's nice to see you. Okay, Nora. So yeah, a crater, a big hole in the ground. Yeah, the crater of a volcano. So Nora, someone was made Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire. So let's see, they were given a medal. Yeah, let's see, an OBE, an Order of the British Empire, is a medal that they give people for wonderful service. Yeah, so it's not as important as making you Sir, but Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire. It's an OBE. Look up the word OBE, Nora. Okay, stour. This question I actually had to look up because I didn't know this word. I know the Stour is a big river in the southeast of England that goes into the North Sea. I think the Isle of Thanet is on the River Stour. But stour as a noun, turmoil or conflict. Yeah. So there was stour in Swansea the other day. Yeah, there was a lot of stour outside the football ground, and then stour as well, a big cloud of dust. So I guess we could see the army advancing across the plain, and there was a huge stour was rising from them. But to me, this is an unusual word. It's not a word I know or have ever used. Okay, the next one's great. Fulminate. To fulminate means to explode. Wait a second. So, Parker Tamil, I seem to be having connection problems again. I always, or is it just going to dump me? Well, we'll find out in a second. I'm not even convinced I'm connected. I'm sorry about this. Yeah. Okay, so this question of Count Beauty is about do business or make business. So I wonder if I'm back again. I hope I'm back again. Oh, I hate my connection. I would really love a new internet service provider and get rid of this service provider that I have. The problem is it's the only one available. So, am I connected or not? No, it says no data. And maybe, no. Okay, yes, I think I'm back on again, finally. Sorry about that. Okay, so, Count Beauty, to do business or make business. Um, to do business is the normal collocation. A dodgy connection, absolutely count. So to do business is to buy and sell things, to negotiations, yeah, trying to make money. Yes, okay, I'm definitely on. So to do business, to try and make money, to try and effectively do business. Okay, that's good. Whereas make business, I think make business maybe is create new business, but I wouldn't normally use the collocation to make business. I think as to your question, Reza, about crate and crater, I think they're probably both from the same root. Okay, great. Wonderful to have you, Tomek, as well. And thank you, Daniel. Okay, so where was I? Fulminate. To fulminate's to explode. With fulminate, I have the idea of a Greek god throwing a thunderbolt at you. Yeah? He was fulminated by a thunderbolt. Yeah, exploded. But then you can use this metaphorically as well. He was fulminated by my critical comments. Yeah, or his project was completely fulminated by the theft of all of his equipment. Okay, so that's fulminate. A tirade, I think I made a video about a tirade. A tirade, a harangue. This is where somebody gets really angry and they go on and on and on about it. So he went into a tirade about how badly the government had reacted to this COVID epidemic. Yeah? He gets angry and he's going on and on and on about it. Okay, formidable. If something's formidable, it's frightening. It's frighteningly big, frighteningly strong. So, yeah, I think it's going to cut me again in a second. Okay, if something's formidable, you're frightened to go up against it. Yeah, in football, in Spanish football, Real Madrid are a formidable team. Frightening to play against. You're frightened because you're going to lose. Yeah, and that's the idea of formidable. Yeah, the bouncer outside the club was formidable, and I didn't dare to take him on. He would have beaten the living daylights out of me. Okay, so sidesplitting. Okay, yes. So, to split your sides, if something's side-splitting, you are laughing. You're laughing about it. It was side-splittingly funny. Yeah, ha 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 ha. And it's like the side of your body splits open because you're laughing so much. You're laughing so hard. Huh. Yeah, he's told some side-splitting, really funny ones. Oh, one thing I need to say, by the way, is he's going to cut me off again. Tomorrow, I'm going to have a normal live stream. This is not in place of the live stream that we normally have. The one that's going to do the rest of the phrasal verbs with put. I will try NG, but mostly the vocabulary I'm explaining is generally quite hard. Okay, so side splitting. He told some side splitting jokes. I split my sides because he was so funny. Okay, this phrase, a silly Billy. Yeah, it means somebody who's silly, who does something stupid. Although to me this phrase, a silly Billy, this sounds like a kid's word. Yeah, it sounds very old-fashioned. Yeah, or maybe my grandmother might use, oh, what a silly Billy. Yeah, I don't think I would use this word possibly, except maybe if I was talking to a kid or something like that. Okay, Reza. Formidable. Is it positive or negative? I think it's probably negative. It means frightening. Yeah. A formidable task. Learning English is a formidable task. It's frightening to you. Wow, thank you, Dampu. That's really generous of you. So it's not saying it's frighteningly bad or frighteningly good. It can be both. But formidable, it's not going to be easy to beat it. The CPE is a formidable exam. Yeah, it's a difficult one. It's a really hard one. Thank you so much, Dampu. That's really nice of you. Okay, so let's continue. A stooge. A stooge is normally somebody who takes all the problems. Somebody who is somebody who is always used for another person's profit or their advantage, their puppet. Yeah. So very often, Laurel and Hardy. Yeah, well, Stan Laurel's this little bloke, and he's Oliver Hardy's stooge. He's always the butt of the jokes, the objective of the jokes, and that's his stooge. A stooge is somebody who's taken advantage of by someone else. Yeah, somebody who's made to look guilty for a crime. Yeah. So a stooge, yeah, it's not a good thing to be a stooge. Okay, the next one, I found a little bit difficult and a little bit confusing. Yeah, what's the difference between a social media embargo and a press release embargo? Well, I think it's probably just the difference between not releasing things on social media or not publicizing something on social media, and a press release embargo is not giving information to the mass media, to the newspapers or the radio. Let's see, a press release is where the government gives out a press release about a situation, they comment about a situation, so they give out a press release, an official statement for the press. So a press release embargo, you don't give official releases to the press. A social media embargo, you don't comment about it on social media. Okay, so the next one, to assert. I think assert has various different meanings. To assert, to affirm, to state positively. I assert this is true. Yeah, he asserted that 2 and 2 were 4. Yeah, he asserted that he was the most suitable person for the job. You can be assertive as well, to put into action bravely. So he asserted his independence. To be assertive, to control the situation. You need to be assertive and put yourself forward in an insistent manner. Don't give up. Yeah. To make yourself noticed. Yeah, insist on having your opinions and rights recognized. Yeah, you assert yourself. Don't be so passive. Be much more assertive. Yeah. Don't do everything your wife says. Be assertive, and then you'll really get into trouble. Okay, so to assert, to declare something that is something categorically, to state categorically, or to assert, to insist that you have status and what you want is reasonable to want. Yeah, to put your foot down, to assert yourself, to be forceful. Yeah, to exert your influence. So, to assert, to declare. Yeah, I assert this is true. To assert your rights, to insist on your rights. To assert yourself, to impose oneself, to assert your authority over a situation. Okay, you should be more assertive and assert your independence. Okay, so let's see. Wow, we've got lots of people now. Yeah, we all, Jessica, we all take part in a social media account. Absolutely. Social media is like public censorship. Yeah, to assert an affirmation. Okay, escalation, to increase. So, Manda, to escalate. I walk past you and I don't say hello to you, and you get angry, so you tap me on the shoulder, and I turn around and I push you, and then you slap me, and you then punch me, and then we have an all-out fight. That's escalation, becoming more and more and more serious. Okay, that's great. So let's see, to assert, yes. Okay, illicit. So licit means legal. So if something is illicit, it is illegal. It's not acceptable. Illegal drugs, illicit drugs. Yeah. If something is illicit, it's not legally permitted. It's unlicensed. It's unlawful. Yeah. Notice, to elicit with an E, elicit, to draw something out, to make I try to elicit with an E mistakes from students, but this is very different from illicit, illegal, forbidden by laws. I think maybe also improper, maybe immoral as well. Yeah, he's married and he's having an illicit relationship with his secretary. Yeah, so it's wrongful. It's not the right thing to do. Okay, we're doing pretty well here. People in hell want ice water. I've not heard this as an idiom, but you need to, I think this is talking about, you need to give people what they want, give people what they need. Okay, there's no exact exercise. If you've got any questions, Tom K, just just ask them. Yeah, thank you very much, Count. Yeah, from the perspective of these are questions people have asked me in YouTube, in Twitter, in Facebook, and I just thought I'd get together and ask them. To swipe and punch, are they similar? Well, punch is only like this. To swipe, it's some sort of blow. A swipe could be a punch. He took a swipe at me. He tried to punch me. Yeah, he swiped me. He hit me. You could be with an open hand as well. Okay, so people in hell want ice water. I think provide people with what they want. And tit for tat, an eye for an eye, retaliation, retribution. Yeah, that's absolutely it. That's it. But escalation is more than tit for tat, because tit for tat is an eye for an eye. Escalation, you take one of my eyes and I take both of your eyes. Yes, you can swipe a credit card. Also, to swipe is actually used meaning to steal as well. For how to be fluent, practice, 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 practice. Seize every opportunity you can to speak to people. So, is the syntax correct? It is important to comprehend X against Y. I think maybe I would against the background of Y to comprehend the difference between X and Y. So I would say it's important to comprehend the differences between X and Y. I would like to it's important to look at the conceptual differences between X and Y, something like that. I mean, and here we go again. No, I'm still broadcasting. And then the last one on my list, at least, associate. Okay, so to associate, you associate with people. If you lie down with dogs, you get up with fleas. So if you associate with dogs, you get problems. That's definitely an idiom. So to associate, to connect two things in the mind. I always associate brown leaves with autumn. I associate pretty lights in the streets with Christmas. Yeah, to associate. To be connected or involved with a group. Yeah, so he's associated with those people in the pub that sing every Saturday night. A correlation, a logical connection between the two. So there's asthma is associated with air pollution. To associate, to join an association, a group of people. Yeah, to associate, to spend time with people, to spend time in their company. Yeah, so an associate is a link. Let's see, as an adjective as well, he's an associate producer. He's joined with other, having equal status as other producers. So there were 4 or 5 associate producers who made the film. Or an associate member, a member with partial privileges, not full status. Okay, and then an associate, a business partner, a colleague, maybe even an employee, a comrade. Yeah, somebody who is habitually with you. One of his associates came to see me. Okay, so that's the end of that list, and that was quite good. Let's see, we probably got some more questions. And Is snubbed a word that's used nowadays? Yeah, he snubbed me. I think you could still use it nowadays. To snub is not to talk to be rude to ignore somebody. Thanks, thief. So, let's see, Marcos. You need to stick your tongue out. Thief, this. 30. And that's the way to do it. Okay, okay, so yes, I buffered a little and then it came back. That okay, I'm connected again. Okay, that's good. So I'm reconnected. I hope you can hear me. So I was talking about this word groan. You groan because you got a pain. You groan because a joke is really bad. So let's see. Regarding pronouns, a catty in of the word issue. More and more the double S sound, issue. But notice this issue and issue, this is very, very British. Yeah, issue, it sounds much more American. Hi there, Sherwin, great to see you, my friend. And JMU, yeah, to groan. Can we use other positions for that verb to associate? To associate with. To associate with someone. It's he's associated through his position, I guess, but associated with. Okay, I'm feeling happiness. I feel happy. I feel happy, Nick, very definitely. And Ankit. Okay, to you and for you. 2 and 4 is a real difficult one. So, Nora, what's so special about the writer's canon is her witty usage of language. I think canon here talks about the rules that the writer uses for writing, the way they write, the style they use to write with. And, okay, that's good. So, haranguing, a tirade. A harangue is a long complaint. You will receive fire and brimstone if you continue to behave like that. It's immoral. People will think that you're a bad person, and I know that by doing this you will become a bad person. This is a harangue, is to go on and on saying something, being critical about something. Yeah? So he was haranguing the crowd. If you can find a speech by the Reverend Ian Paisley, I-A-N Paisley, he's an ex-Irish Prime Minister. He had some fantastic harangues. Yeah? Okay, so what can I use, collocations can I use for the word marriage? They got married. Their marriage was, well, you could say consummated. That talks about sex. Their marriage was held. Their marriage was celebrated. They got hitched. Their marriage took place on Friday. It's a valid marriage. It's a legal marriage. Yeah, that also as well. Ubiquitous means absolutely everywhere. So it seems like COVID is ubiquitous at the moment. So I've done my list. I've answered your questions. I'm going to stop now. I will be online with another live stream tomorrow evening at the normal time. It will be 7 o'clock UK time. So thank you very much, all of you, for